Welcome to all the Jaguar XK150 enthusiasts. I just wanted to pop this up. I got an email from a gentleman called Alex in BC, in British Columbia, Canada, who's about to embark on the same project with an OTS, but he's going to start in the fall or in the winter, which is the best time to work on these cars anyway, because there's always too much to do around the house and the garden. And I gave him a couple of tips, and the two tips I said to him was, he's a veteran restorer. He's done a TR3A, he's done a Mark II Jag and various others, so he's not new to it by any means. And to be honest, you wouldn't want to be doing one of these without doing restorations on other cars first. But the two tips I gave him was, one is join the XK Club. It's the same guy that runs the E-Type Club in the UK, but it's worldwide. They've got clubs in Canada, America, all over the world, international. And I'm a member of the E-Type Club, obviously, from my E-Type, and I'm also just about to join the XK Club as well, because the information you can get from the magazine, the online magazine, you can go back to 10, 12 years ago and put in brakes or put in servo or put in steering, and you can go to a particular topic that somebody else has brought up or done an article on. So it's a great reference, and this is the book. So I'll pick the camera up and show you where we are. We've been, I would say probably we've done 4 days on this car, on and off. We didn't do it every day. The last 2 days we've been working on it, 3 days, and we're pretty much down to the chassis now. There's one lower ball joint here which is we're having a bit of trouble getting off, so we put some tension on it tonight, and hopefully tomorrow we can get the spanner on it and it'll break it. If not, I'll have to use the hammer style ball joint split, which I don't like because it rips the gators, even though the ball joints are no good. But we've tried the double hammer trick, but it's very difficult on these. They're quite tight. So anyway, for Alex, I did send him a picture of this book. But this is the actual XK Bible. I mean, there's stuff in here that you'll never get in the Haynes manual or even the Jaguar manual. It's been very well researched, and there's a lot of information that's just, it's really important, some of this stuff, especially shimming the car and all that. So I'll pick the camera up and then I'll take you around the car. So here we go. So see, I've got it on the front of my Cooper here, but this is the kind of thing, Alex, that and everybody else, this is the kind of stuff, the kind of detail that's in here from the chassis. I mean, to be honest, the book is huge. It's quite a thick book. It's not cheap. It's £150, whatever that is in Canadian dollars. But as you can see, the stuff that's in it, the technical detail that's in it is very high, and it's very high resolution. And it's not photographs; it's drawings mostly. Look at, as I said, even the head colour. You name it, it's got it in there. Everything. It's a real must if you're going to restore one of these cars, for sure. And what's nice about this is it constantly refers to numbers. Even key settings, but it constantly refers to numbers. Like it'll say, early type. It'll tell you the hinge and so on and so forth. This is where I got the information from your car, Alex. That according to the information you gave me, yours is number 9 of 93 ever made that are right-hand drive, and that's why I'm saying, if you want it and you're going to keep the car for yourself and for driving pleasure, you want it left-hand drive, that's fine. But to be honest, being such a limited number, the price would be worth more. The value would be higher if it was put back original, but that's entirely up to you. That's your call. Anyway, to let you see where we are with the XK. So there's the engine out. There's the gearbox. This head will be taken off here. I've got a straight port head and triple carburetors from a Mark X, which will go onto this head to make it S specification. This gearbox is not going to be repaired, but the bell housing will be taken off because I need that for the T5, new T5 5-speed box. And the simple reason is even restored, these things are still pretty slow. But obviously I will keep it. If I ever do sell it, hopefully in my lifetime it'll never go, but if I do sell it, I can sell it with the original box and the original head and so on. So I'll keep all this stuff and it'll go with the car if it's ever sold, or when I'm not around maybe somebody else can sell it. Anyway, but what we'll do is we have to take this bell housing off and this release bearing throw. They'll all be cleaned up and steam cleaned, because that has to go onto the T5 box. But the problem is you're talking £2,500 for the restoration on the box, and this has got overdrive on it, and that's another £1,500. So for that price, I can buy a brand new gearbox for £4,000. So to me, that's a lot of people want to keep them original and everything. That's great. I have no issues with that, but it's not a show car. It's for driving pleasure. So I'm going to go with the 5-speed T5 box. And see, that's the steering rack off. Yeah, so there's the rear diff. That'll all be taken to and rebuilt, checked and rebuilt, new bearings, everything, discs obviously. Yeah, so there's not a lot left on it. That steering shaft is out. Well, it's just the shaft to take out. All the steering's gone. Torsion bars will come out next. The one thing I did want to say to you is hopefully you can see, you can just see. What's really important, Alex, particularly for you or anybody who's doing these XKs, is it's very important when you take the top wishbone off that you check the shims in here. There's two sets of shims that go down. I'll show you them in a second. And what we did is we took the shims, the sets of shims on this side, on the top wishbone, and then again on this top arm here. And what I do, I did the same thing with the E-Type. When I take them out, I check them straight away. I check it with a vernier gauge, what the shim, how many shims there is, and what the total thickness is, and then do a drawing of left and right. So when I put the new shims in, I can just rebuild them back to the same thing. Now, I did this on the E-Type, and when I took it for its test, or when I took it for its check, electronically with a computerized equipment, it was right in the middle of the factory settings. So I think that speaks for itself. But if you try to do this and you have no reference point, the problem is you could set it up, and then the next thing, you've got a lovely paint job, and then you have to take the suspension down to put extra shims in or take some out. So this is just a bit of a warning. Yeah, and you can see on that bottom ball joint, oh, look at that, oh, my arm's in the way. Or is it me? Oh, no, you can see there, I've got this ball joint splitter tool, which is the tighten up type, because it doesn't damage the, if you're repairing it, if you have to take something off to do on a car and you want to keep the ball joint cover and keep it in good condition. The other type is the fork type that goes in and you smack it in, and which we'll have to use if it won't come out with this one. Anyway, so there we are. Yeah, so next thing is get these windows out the doors to try and lighten them up a bit, all the mechanisms, and we'll see how we go. Anyway, we'll keep you informed, and thanks for watching in. Appreciate the 500 subscribers we've got now, and hopefully we can make it more. So take care, and thanks for the email, Alex. I appreciate it, and let's keep in touch and see how we pass information back and forth. Bye for now anyway. Take care. Bye.